guys, Dr. Anderson here from Anderson Podiatry Center. I'm here with Lisa, all the way from Michigan, right?
Correct.
And you're kind of on the western outskirts of Detroit, is that right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, I can't pronounce that.
Yeah, nobody can.
Okay. But no, she came to us. She's had great success with the restless legs procedures, surgery. And so we saw her about 3 months ago. I think we're right at about 3 months out. And we're trying to do more of these videos just for people on YouTube and maybe even on Facebook to understand that they really have an opportunity to remove the majority of the restless leg symptoms with these surgeries we do, because I believe, and Lisa knows that we really do think that for most people out there, there's a really good opportunity to reverse the restless legs because there's leg compartments and nerve tunnels in the legs that become tight, and that's what is causing the symptoms. Is tight nerve tunnels in the legs, much like having carpal tunnel surgery. That's what we do here in Colorado in our surgical center pretty much on a weekly basis. And Lisa's one of these people that I admire because she sacrificed a lot, came a long ways, time and so forth, come here with the hopes of reversing restless legs, and indeed, I guess your dreams came true. So can you, just explain a little bit for people listening, maybe start with, how did you find out about this? What was your first impression of this, and just the whole story of how restless legs has affected your life?
Well, for about 10 years, I've been on medication, which in order to take that medication, it made me feel sick almost every evening. I would have to lay down at a certain point just because, oh my gosh, if I don't lay down flat, I'm going to get sick. And there was many times, especially early on, that, it was just unnerving. It drove you crazy, and you felt like you couldn't go anywhere or do anything, or you were a slave to the medication.
Right.
And I the thought of going anywhere without my medication was just, just wouldn't, anyways. But yeah, so dealing with the restless legs, so I would be up hours sometimes. I'd sit at the edge of the bed, your legs bothering you, and then you'd be in tears by a certain point because you're like, okay, nothing's working. The medication didn't work. Nothing worked, and I can't sleep, and I just want to sleep, So
the sun's coming up.
Oh no, many times. Yeah.
Wow.
And that, and then if you go and take more medication, then you're just like, your whole next day is wasted as well. So anyway, so my husband really wanted me off that medication. So he looked at all kinds of other things. We never saw a surgery. And then all of a sudden my mother-in-law said, there's a surgery for restless legs. She's like 80 years old. And we're like, no, there's not, And she saw either a newscast or something
okay.
Yeah, about, there being, so then my husband just dug in. He's like, where is this place, So then he found you, Dr. Anderson, and, we talked about it. I'm like, I don't know, surgery, I never surgery, didn't know what to expect, but the thought of getting off the medication is really, my goal. And sleeping too, but
so what was the tipping point for you? Because you've got to be a little suspicious. You got to be a little skeptical.
Well, he's really good at research, and so he looked into it. He watched the videos. He got the. He looked at. He said.
He read the book.
You have to read the book. You really, I read the book, but I had already decided. By the time I read the book, I had already decided. Okay, anything to get off this stupid medication.
Right.
So then we found you, and things fell into place. We set aside some of our life because we knew we had to go to Colorado, and we knew we had to be there for 2 weeks. And then it happened. My daughter was on a job out in Wyoming, in Burns, about 50 from you. She says, well, I'm going to be here for a couple months. We're like, oh, well, so to see if we could get in, and we didn't have any puppies in the house and everything. So it just all lined up. It was like,
nice.
And then yeah, then we came and we flew out, and it was, I had no idea what to expect, but it was very easy. Your staff
Okay.
was amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Just, really, I mean, everybody there from the first phone call all the way through, the surgical nurse and everything
Right.
else. Everybody was really good, and just helped me walk through the process. Like I said, I'd never had surgery, but then and then you didn't know what to expect. Do I get off my medication? Do I,
Right.
I was able to cut back right away. Um, I think I took my last Ropinirole on August 1st.
Wow.
So
Awesome.
I have not
Congratulations.
taken one since.
So did you have a hard time weaning off or not?
I did. I weaned off. The last time I spoke was about a month ago. I think you said, "Oh, well,
Okay.
try the other, half," and then I'm like, "Okay, fine. I'm just done."
That is so awesome.
Yeah. So
Because
yeah,
we have most people get off, but
yeah.
occasionally when it works, we're having people that at least they lower their dose significantly, and they don't have to increase it anymore, which is also a win in some people's minds.
Well, I was taking 3 to 4, milligrams or micrograms, whatever it is, but
right.
And I went down immediately to like 1.5, 1, and then that last one.
Excellent.
That I haven't taken any since I think August 1st.
That's great. Okay, I'm so glad to hear that, and so glad that you can share this. I mean, one thing that popped in my mind as you were talking, anything about the book, because I always tell people, read the book, because it's called A Perfect Night's Sleep, and you can get it on Amazon for those of you that are listening. But anything that kind of stuck out in your mind that helped you kind of understand how in the world a podiatrist is doing this?
Well, people ask podiatrist, I'm like, well, he's a surgical podiatrist,
Right.
But no, I think that really just cleared up sort of more details for me.
Right.
Okay, so that's what it is. I can picture the tunnel now, and because you have diet, you have different things in there.
Nice.
But that, and watching the testimonials, I think, was helpful and more cemented my resolve to have it done. And
very good. And not much pain with the surgery. People are usually pretty surprised.
I was.
Okay.
I think more of just sitting up, not doing anything for a couple weeks.
Right.
Was kind of,
hard.
Get rid of the potato syndrome,
right.
And because definitely following up with PT was crucial. I think
quite a bit.
I have a great, great therapist in there, exercise-based therapy.
So nights now, I mean, you're sleeping much better through. The bottom line, no medication, and you're sleeping through the night much more.
Yeah,
true?
Every night.
Excellent. Mm-hmm. Awesome. You feel more alert?
Oh, for sure.
Emotionally, you feel better, and energy feels better?
Well, just going, I went to a wedding this weekend, right? So I've gone to 2 weddings the last month, but I'm like, I don't have to worry about taking my medication. I can
feel like you're kind of chained. You're chained to that bottle, right?
Yeah, really. No, for sure. So anybody who wants to get off of it, that's
anything else you want to say to anybody that might be listening? Because I'll say, I really appreciate folks like you sharing this, because there's somebody out there tonight that's just living a miserable life. I mean, people are even suicidal over this. It's very and also it's very unhealthy for your general health. Yeah. It does put people in situations where statistically there's studies, possibly earlier death because of the lack of sleep.
I would agree. Because I mean, broken sleep, but just no sleep sometimes.
Right.
Like you said, it's debilitating sometimes, and I think there's also other pain. I think now that I've noticed and I'm doing better, there was other pain that I was having that I can relate it back to the pre-surgery. I'm like, well, now that's gone and that's gone, and
Oh, nice.
And so,
Okay.
People don't realize what all is involved in restless. Like they don't understand it maybe unless you have it. Well, you do for some reason. I'm not sure how you were able to.
And many people too feel like they're kind of ignored or brushed aside, and I don't know if you experience that in healthcare.
Well, doctors don't know what it is. They don't know,
and it's hard for them because they don't know the approach or have anything to offer in many cases except the drugs.
They don't even know how to manage the medication.
Right.
Honestly, I found many doctors who they just don't know what it is.
Right.
They're like, oh, well, it's jumping legs. Okay. I'm like, well, yeah, but there's more to it.
Well, anyway, we better let you go, and I really appreciate you getting on. I know we're in different time zones.
Oh, that's all right.
And it's a little bit later there, but no, you're really, really awesome to work with. Enjoyed you and your husband coming out here. Our staff really enjoyed you. And I really appreciate you taking the time. I don't know if there's any final thing you wanted to say that you haven't. But you said a lot of good stuff. I appreciate it.
People.
What's that?
Just go ahead and take the leap. Do it.
Take the leap. Okay. Well, thank you for doing that. And I call you an early adopter. A lot of people wait until the masses have okayed this, and but they're people that come here are the early adopters, are the ones that are the innovative people that want to get better. They're searching and they find it and it makes sense to them, and they just follow through like you did. And
I just wish
appreciate it.
People knew it existed.
Yes, exactly. So
that's it.
Okay. Well, we better wrap it up, and just know that those of you that are interested and might be watching, just this will probably be on YouTube, and people will be watching you. And I think we had some videos of when you were here, and just know that there's hope for you out there if you're listening. You can possibly do what Lisa did. Know that we have a book out there, A Perfect Night's Sleep, and we're on Facebook also. I have one paper that's been published, and hopefully another research paper is going to be published to back up, hey, that this can be a real deal in the medical world. So anyway, thank you, and I better let you go. I think we'll be in contact.
Thanks, Dr. Anderson.
We just don't let you go. We'll be in contact, and thank you for tonight.
Thank you.
Sharing. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.